Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So, spoiler warning, we're 1-0. We've won our first game against Simon last week. Thank you, Simon, again for a very fun battle. A very narrow 1-0 victory too, I might add. And it doesn't get any easier. We're up against Jared in week 2, and watching his battle videos from last week, we're in for a fight here. We're expecting to. It's scary. He's running Slush Rush, as you can see here. Slush Rush Sea Titan, Slush Rush Arctovish. Why is it scary? You're probably saying why there's no Hail Setter. Hail Setter coming from the Galarian Slow King in the form of the move Chilling Reception. Chilling Reception essentially is like teleport. It sets up hail and he leaves. But because Slow King is so slow, it's a slower hail and it's a guaranteed safe switch in, allowing for Sea Titan to get Belly Drum up and get a Slush Rush sweep, or potentially Arctovish to come in under fresh snow and kind of sweep with Vicious Ren plus Icicle Crash. Vicious Ren, of course, hits at double the damage with if you go first, if you outspeed your opponent. Yes, you argue Strongjaw hits harder, but still, it's an Arctovish. It's not something to sleep on. And judging by how Jared played last week too, was very, very impressive, very, very scary. He had Greninja plus Electrode, kind of a lead to set up spikes and get screens up. And if the opponent were to defog or clear the hazards away by another means, sets up more hazards, sets up screens, and essentially just, or even rocks with Iron Treads, just keep grinding that, grinding the team down with the hazards to eventually get the Slow King into Sea Titan and sweep. Very, very scary team here. The other 5 members are Entei, Exeggutor, Mismagius, Aromatisse, and Nako Stack. All of these 5, I'm pretty dang certain they won't be coming, simply because ice coverage on my team is very, very spammable, except for Jellicent. And yeah, even with Jellicent covering, Jellicent can only do so much. It is not the best, to be honest with you. This should also be water absorbed, not cursed body. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Greninja can deal with it. Be Dark Pulse. We have Thunderbolts from Electrode, Dark and Ghost coverage with Slow King, Freeze Dry from Arctovish. You know, it's only gonna do so much for us. So, what is our plan to handle this team? Expecting an Electrode Greninja lead and the same strategy he did last week. The plan is to just do a box rush. That's the plan. What a box rush is, if you're not familiar with robot combat, is essentially if you're facing a big old horizontal spinning weapon and you're facing that, the key is to just run into that weapon and stop it from getting up to speed and destroy your opponent before he can get his weapon spinning. So that's what we're going to do against Jared. We're going to try box rush him, hopefully prevent a setup with the Sea Titan Belly Drum or Arctovish coming in for free. We're going to try prevent that from happening before he sweeps us and just takes away all of our momentum. How do we do that, you say? Well, so what is our plan to box rush Jared's team? So first up, we are running Celesteela, Morgrem, Jellicent, Cinderace, Meowscarada, Manectric. 2 making a debut. The other 4 came last week. Celesteela here, we're running the same set and same EVs here. We just swapped the 160 and 100 here simply because Sea Titan destroys. And if we can handle more hits here with Electrode and Greninja and the Slow King, that'll be making more use of the Celesteela than full defense. That's just a unfortunate situation we're in with this team. To help boost our defenses, we're having Morgrem making a debut. No nickname yet for Morgrem. But we are running Reflect, Light Screen, Thunderwave, Parting Shot with Light Clay. No Eviolite, because Eviolite doesn't matter against this guy's team. The key is to just set up a Reflect when possible. Hopefully when he belly drums, and then we Parting Shot out of there. So we're, in a way, we're setting up a wall. Hopefully we can take the hit on the switch in and whatnot. But Morgum is here to just kind of be a disruptor, but it'll be key getting that Reflect and Thunder Wave off if we can. And then to follow up, after Morgum does the Parting Shot, we go into Jellicent. Jellicent can live one Icicle Crash. So on the turn, so he switches out whatever, have Morgum, we have Reflect. Then on the next turn, we will Parting Shot out as he belly drums and go into Jellicent. Somehow we got to make that work at predictions and positioning. But if we do that, we can take a hit. We can probably Strength Sap back our health, minus his attack slowly, and hopefully get up a Willow of some sort or something on him. Stall out the Snow. This will also be very good against the Arctivish here. If we can get our Willows off or whatever, that'll be perfectly fine. If we can get Toxics off, even better. Dual status on Jellicent's awesome. And then Hex kind of just to do a lot of damage. So Jellicent is here to take the hit and hopefully force switches on that Sea Titan. Knowing that he's probably going to have hazards, we're not running any type of hazard removal here, but we are running hazards of our own with spikes with Meowscarada. We'll get to Meowscarada shortly. But the plan is to set up the screen, have Jellicent come in, and then hopefully take a hit, weaken it, get knocked out, and then send in our Scarf Cinderace appropriately to start doing some damage. With the Scarf, we do outspeed the Sea Titan in the snow. However, you know, we gotta make sure we hit our Pyro Balls and high jump kicks, because those two moves will save our asses this game against Sea Titan and Arctivish. But we have to not send this thing in against Greninja. The Greninja, if Scarf, will outspeed. Iron Treads does take a high jump kick. Galar Slowking, very bulky. Electrode can nullify our speed with Thunder Waves. So we have to play very carefully. We are not going to send in Cinderace unless we get the screen up. And for sure we can live it against the Sea Titan. We have to use it very wisely here. We're putting the extra EVs into defense. Hopefully we can take another hit from the Icicle Crashes coming our way. That's why we have 8 defenses. It's probably better to put in the HP, but heck, it's just in the defense here. So Cinderace will be key though in this matchup. Scarf Cinderace looks very good on paper here, especially if these guys aren't coming. You know, Scarf Cinderace has to perform here. We're bringing Meowscarada, as I said. You know, we're bringing the Boots, Spikes. The more hazards, if we can get Spikes up on his side of the field, definitely make it easier to prevent the belly drums, and also get some free chip damage on everything, because he seems to like to switch a lot and get that sweep. Seems to be very reliant on that sweep. Sorry, I hit the mic. Seems to be very reliant on getting that sweep. So if we can put more spikes and kind of wear him down at the same time and prevent the belly drum, we should be okay here. We're running max speed, max attack. If we can get Flower Tricks off, Flower Tricks hit pretty much everything but Slowking and Iron Treads. Iron Treads. It does hit Iron Treads. Slowking pretty much. Entei, no, you know, these, thankfully they're not, I don't think he's bringing these two, so Meowscarada pretty much has free. Knockoff will be very crucial. If we can knock off a Citrus, that'll be pretty good, or knock off any item on that Arctivish, and then U-turn for momentum. Last but certainly not least, to help us wall out that Electrode effectively with Volt Switches, we're sending in Raikiri again with Choice Specs this time, simply because I think he's going to be doing a lot of switching. So we're running Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Volt Switched for momentum. Of course, Flamethrower was to deal with the Iron Treads. Thunderbolt hits everything else fine. Switcheroo is our third move, or I should say our last move of choice. Utility, because we can say we can choice the Greninja and its, I don't know, Life Orb or something. I don't know. Let's, for example, if we can specs it and kind of limit the amount of moves he can do, that'll be pretty good for us, especially if he's going to be trying to get into positioning. Iron Treads, if we can nullify, if we can neuter Iron Treads, it will be great. If we can neuter the recovery on Slowking, that will be great. You know, anything of that will be great for us. You can argue Scarf would probably be better to help us outspeed Sea Titan and Arctovish, possibly Gren. And I do agree, but I do think because he's relying so much on speed anyway, if we can lower his speed in any way, shape, or form, that'll be even better. So that's our team for the week. Oh, how do we go Pokepace here? Oh, this button. So here's the team in a nice format for you against Jared here. Again, we're planning the box rush, and the entire plan, if the box rush fails, he's going to win. If it works, we have a chance. We have a chance. Don't count us out yet. You know, we're playing against a very, very scary team, and he knows what he's doing, this guy. We watched the video. Oh my gosh, very scary. So hopefully we can pull out a W. I'm kind of confident in the plan because it is unexpected and it is really full send. So hopefully we can do our magic and win the match. But yeah, wish us luck. See you all in the battle and the review after. Hopefully we can go 2-0 this week. We'll see. Bye bye.